Sometime in 2011, I remember that I had just finished university, and I used to attend a particular church with my mom, and I realized that I really could not converse on the same level with some of the young girls who were about my age mate, and it was just difficult for me to have meaningful conversations with them, because I remember that all they were thinking about was, oh, you know, I just want to go to school, finish school, get married, and then have kids. And I'm like, you know, there has to be so much more. There has to be so much more than, you know, just going to school, getting married, getting a job, and having kids. God could not just have sent us here to do just that. There has to be so much more. And so I remember that I organized a sort of like a get-together for these girls in my house, in my living room, you know, and I just told them to come over, and then we discussed about everything. We talked about relationships, we talked about God, we talked about purpose, we talked about everything. And I remember that at the end of that event, a lot of them were crying, like they were so inspired, like they had not really had, you know, they had not had such conversations before. And that was really, really how it started. And then in 2014, I just felt like God wanted me to focus more on younger women, that's women between the ages of 18 and 35. One morning in 2015, I was praying in the morning, and I just heard becoming, and as soon as I heard it in my spirit, I just knew what it was about. I knew that God wanted me to do something for young women, and it was called Becoming, and that was really how it started.
Good morning, Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Ellie Scott, Lee for short. It is a cloudy, rainy, but a very cool Saturday, and we are at the Becoming Conference 2018.
The Beautified Network is a faith-based and for-purpose initiative established formally in January 2015 with a mission to raise women who will live to their full potential and consequently transform their immediate societies.
Becoming Conference is an annual convocation of young women who are desperate and hungry to discover and live in the fullness of God's purposes for their lives. We get older women who have who have achieved some certain level of significance in their life, older women who are prosperous in the marketplace, who are successful in the home front, come to share their real life, unedited back-end stories to becoming. So these women come to literally share their becoming stories with the younger women, and these younger women are inspired by these real stories, and as such they can draw strength and, you know, just draw inspiration to go ahead and become all that God has called them to be.
I first of all experienced the Beautified Network in 2016, where I volunteered to help in the media committee.
2017, I think I came tired. Yeah, I know, in fact, it's not I think, I know I came tired.
At that point in my life, I had so many questions, like plenty of question marks.
Prior to that time, I was doing social work. I knew I wanted to help people. I knew what I wanted to do, but I wasn't specific as to what I wanted to do.
Before coming, I was wondering how I would sit for a program of over 4 hours, and, you know, my leg would not be big. People would not notice that something was wrong because I have to stand up, sit down and all. I saw her walk in, then I saw her leg, and I knew, because I know she's an OAP and all, I knew she was one anchoring the event, and I was wondering, where will she get the strength from? You know, that struck to me that I think after the end of this program, strength is made available for me, and, you know, we started the event.
I'd not seen that kind of worship in a normal event. Like normal events, they have worship sessions and all, but the worship it wasn't singing, it was something, it was intense.
You could just tell that this is a place where there are genuine and open hearts, and the Spirit of God is here. So that for me was like the starting point for me at the 2017 Becoming Conference.
What keeps me going majorly is knowing that this is something on God's heart for this time. Like, God wants us as young women especially to come into the fullness of life that He has called us into.
I was looking at the people that were saying their experience, and I could see how they are today, where they are today, and, you know, I just told myself, you are living here, and, you know, when you're coming back next year, you would share your story. I have a picture of my first becoming experience, and if you look at the picture and you look at me now, I don't know, the picture says it all. I'm growing.
There was no session that I did not enjoy at that 2017 conference.
It is an experience that I wouldn't trade for anything in this world, because it has exposed me to bigger things, literally.
I'm so excited I made the decision, and I'm glad that I attended the conference. I am glad for a lot of things I learned and the people that I met, because I made some connections there, and I still have been able to keep, I think, 2 or 3 relationships up to now. So the conference was amazing. It was life transforming for me. I would really always attribute some of my successes, some things I've done, some milestones I've achieved in my spiritual growth, in my career, to becoming 2016.